Hi, I'm Bill Snodgrass, and in this episode of Let's Play WoW, we're going to look at Disc Priest. We're going to look at Disc Priest. I'm on my Horde characters, the three that originally started the triple boxing practice, and they're just so much fun. So we're on these. This is a Blood Elf tapster who's came to Azeroth originally to be a TikTok actor. And then Magisa, whose life in TikTok began as trying to get an achievement, and if I recall correctly, me and some other people in the guild, we made some Horde characters, and somehow I flew Magisa to the troll starting zone, and I found years later their level 1 Blood Elf Warlock in the troll starting zone, which I think and then I have the Goblin that we were all making goblins, and so I made a Goblin Mage. And so I put all these guys together and started playing them together. It's been a ton of fun, but this episode is going to be about Tapster, the Disc Priest. We're going to talk about Disc Priest playing out in the world, questing. But before we do that, I do want to make a comment about the Horde. When you're in the Horde and you interact with an orc, you get
blood and thunder,
or you might get something like
Valhalla, Taboo,
or
what are you looking for?
Some
victory,
honor, the Horde. And when you're interacting with the trolls,
who you be?
You get the,
hello, man.
Some smooth,
greetings, man.
Nice, and if there were some Blood Elves down here, if you were to interact with the Blood Elves, their victory, honor, we're gonna be. But then when you go to the undead,
what is it?
You get attitude. This is why no one likes you.
Well, speak quickly.
I don't have time for you, bud.
Beware the living.
Beware. It's just so negative. This is the problem with the Horde. That's my opinion. It has nothing to do with this video. It's just something that occurs to me. I just don't want to even turn a quest in. You sent me out to get 25 things that only drop like one at a time, and now I come back to you, and the best you got is this had better be good. No, you don't get the fingers or whatever it was you sent me for. That has nothing to do with this. I gotta slay some of these things. Some Silvermane stalkers have to be slain. So we're gonna talk about the Disc Priest as a out in the world, not as healing, but as questing. Questing in the Disc spec. At level 40, which Tapster is now level 40, we have basically the main things that are going to happen with the Disc Priest. I'm moving this off of a hotkey, the Shadow Fiend, because this is a big attack bonus and 3-minute cooldown. So I do not want to accidentally attack with that. So I'm putting it on my action bar where it's very, very readily available, but at the same time, not something I'm accidentally going to click on when I'm just slamming my fingers on the keys. So I'm putting that there. Apparently I just got that when I hit level 40. I have Shadow Word Pain, Schism, which I have talented into Schism. According to Icy Veins, I've got sort of the Icy Veins thing going. Schism. These are the speed boost things. I choose Body and Soul, the speed boost from the bubble, Body and Soul. So that is the setup. Gear wise, obviously intellect your main stat, and at this level, we're all about the heirloom gear. Where was I going? I was going to go kill some Silvermane, these guys. All right, let's take a look. Obviously, this is on the big. Let's do this. Let's create much damage now. first we have an instant cast dot that you can cast while moving. All right, what we're gonna do? I'm not gonna play these guys. They're just following along. I don't want them to get out of sync on their quest, so I'm gonna keep them in the. They're just on follow. They'll have to dismount to. I might as well dismount them. Also, I kind of did since this is the first time I've been on the Horde in Hinterlands down here in this this place, this little Raven Tusk village, Raven Tusk, I don't know, and so I transmogged them all into something that looked a little bit, what I thought looked a little like trolls. I know they're not trolls, but if you're gonna transmog, you got to have some reason, right? Shadow Word Pain. It is a dot, and it hits for some shadow damage to start with, and then it ticks off 293 shadow damage. 293 on things with looks like 1200 health. So 293, that's a 25% of the creature's damage is going to tick off on the dot. Schism is going to hit for not instant cast, but it is a lot of shadow damage, and then it increases the spell damage. The spell damage of the Shadow Priest increases that by 40% for 9 seconds. So if you hit them with this first, then all of your other things are going to do more damage as well. Holy Nova. It is a heal. It is a damaging spell. It is both. As far as damage goes, it's a small amount of damage to everything that's close by. As far as healing goes, you can stand in the pack with like a world boss raid and just hit this and rack up some big heals. That because it's times the 30 or 40 people who are standing around. Not so useful in a big fight, out in the world, unless you're just trying to tag several things and get them mad at you. Now we come down to Penance, which is also instant cast. Penance, instant cast while moving. You can also fire it and keep moving. And it also has another little feature that comes into play later on. Once you get your talent down into this row, I take Divine Star, which goes out in front of the priest, and then it comes back. Well, Penance has this thing where if you're off target, it will turn you to face the target once you cast it. So when I cast Penance, now I'm in alignment to fire the Holy Nova, the Divine Star, which I don't have at level 40. Alright, so we'll go ahead and loot these guys. Apparently something is unhappy. As I've said in other videos, when I'm triple boxing, I have the follow situation so that everybody follows everybody. So whichever one I move first, the other two will follow. I have to hotkey for follow macros. All right, so let's look at Smite. Now Smite has an interesting effect. It is not cast while moving. It is not instant cast, and it's going to absorb some of the damage that the creature might do to you. So it's going to do 156 holy damage, and then it's going to absorb 178 points of damage. The first 178 points that the enemy deals. I'm not disc healed in a long time. Probably Miss Pandera was the last time I did serious healing. Maybe some in Draenor. I think I did heal some in Warlords, but I haven't healed in a really, really long time. So I'm not sure how this plays into a raid heal or even a 5-man heal. But what I do know is that the amount of damage that Penance is going to do is so much greater. So by the time that Penance is off, after I've fired Penance, then this guy's coming off cooldown relatively quickly. By the time all these things have happened, I don't really find a lot of need to use Smite. Now, I will use it when everything is on cooldown. But as far as being out in the world, it is like the last resort damage dealer. And again, like I said, if I were healing raids or healing 5-mans or whatever, I may have to rethink my logic. But because it does so little damage and you have to stand in place, I'm going to start with Schism, which is going to do more damage, and then it's going to give me that 40% thing. So let's just stop talking and let's kill some stuff. So I hit the bubble, and then I'm going to throw the dot, And then I'm going to throw Schism, and now everything is going to take more damage. Now instead of Smite, I'm going to hit Penance, and it's going to be over with. Now I know these are low-level quest creatures that I'm just, you know, killing for the quest, but I just don't find a place to bring Smite in very often. Schism, Penance. I don't even know if I have my bubble up. You know, so these are level 40 creatures. I'm a level 40 priest, and they're dying before Penance finishes firing. So I feel like for out in the world questing or whatever it is that you're doing, the occasion when you're going to get to now Smite. So something didn't die. I must have not, you know, whatever, no crits. So I did get Smite in there at the end on that. Now, even when you're out questing, of course, the atonement is going to, you know, stack up. You're going to get atonement. So here's my bubble. Dot, Schism, Penance, it's down, and we'll go ahead and finish these out. Now, we're going to see what this looks like in the daily, the N'Zoth's vision, the daily vision. I'll jump in on Eliz, my main disc priest, and look at that with the other spells that this at this level you don't have. All right, so Eliz is in Oldham. She's in Oldham, and a couple of, you know, additional things that she's picked up over the course of leveling from 40 to 120. I have Power Word Solstice. This is a nice damage dealing, and also restore some mana. This is Divine Star, which I mentioned in the other video. Shoots out directly in front of the priest and comes back, as opposed to Halo. Shining Force. This does a burst of light around the target, knocks everything back, and it slows them down. So this is a nice crowd control. I use this quite a bit when I'm starting to get in trouble. Again, Penance, Smite, the bubble. Magic Dispel comes in summon things. Here's the Shadow Fiend. Power Word Barrier, that's on my T. That's the, you know, big heal thing. Also, Mass Dispel. That was Mass Resurrection. Mass Dispel, so I can dispel. When you're by yourself, you know, you have Purify, and then you can Mass Dispel yourself. Big, powerful damage thing is obviously Heart of Azeroth, Consecrated Flame, that, and I have the fully, you know, rank 4, does 2 charges of ouch to bad guys. Let's see what the quest is for today. I have to kill some minions I have to defeat 20. So this would be a good example of that. So we're going in to... Also have a quest. I don't think this is going to work. It didn't work in Pandera, but I didn't finish the eye thing. So I don't know if I will see any of the dark glow eyes. What is that guy doing there? Well, I'm just going to kill him since he's there. That'll count maybe as 1. Yep. Thank you for making that easy, huh? Got to kill 20 on a Disc Priest. I'm going to keep my sanity up as I can. What do we got over here? 3 guys. Alright, we're going to dot them all. First of all, I'm going to burial up. I'm going to dot. Schism. They want to run the other way. I do not know where they're running to. Penance. This did not go well. I got some help from somebody else. Best strategy in the visions is to, you know, run around and chase the demon hunter and kill stuff. Dot everything the demon hunter's fighting. That's always a really good strategy. Faceless Manipulator. I feel like he needs a dot to get him some of that. Now there goes Radiance, Penance, and 2 things died. Dot some more things. I'm just dotting. This is probably a terrible example. Incoming storm. Yeah, they're dying fast because there's a crowd. I'm gonna go around the side and maybe I can do a little. Here we go. Dot this guy. Schism. Get out of that. Penance, and he's dead. Alright. How many was that? 13. Sanity is looking good. Let's take this guy. Alright, here we go. We're going to start with the dot. Schism is on cooldown. I've penanced him. Hit that. Schism's up. Penance again. Once you cast it, you can start moving, and it will continue to fire. Oh. Now this is where I want to knock them all back. Give myself some time to dot them. Dot that guy. He's already dotted. I'm going to remove magic. Shot out the little star. Penance, or not penance, but that one. Schism. I'm going to put my bubble back. Dot again. This is where I should probably be smiting. I should have gotten a smite in there, but I threw the dot a second time instead. Smite would have probably been useful there when everything else was on cooldown and the dot was already ticking. So instead of casting smite, I did the Shadow Word Pain, which instantly does 2,300 damage, whereas smite would have instantly done 8,200 damage. Here we go. Dot. Schism. I thought I tapped it. Penance. Divine Star. Smite. I should have bubbled. Bubble. And it's down. So these basic that we showed on the level 40 priest, these same basic spells are in play with the addition of a couple of extra options for it. I feel like this is more like a crowd control. This also heals if you have friends in the mix. All right, I'm gonna start with the dot. Schism. I'm gonna put my bubble on because that always seems like a good thing. Penance. Blew him back. Whatever that one was, the Power Word Solstice, and that was finished him off with Divine Star that time. Looks like I've got trouble. One of the other things I really like is Psychic Screen. That gives me time to collect myself, get where I want to be. Schism. That guy's dead. That's in the run for me. And Penance. Looks like Smite's up. Smite again, just for the heck of it. And he's dead. The dot ticked. He died. All right, we're gonna take this guy out. Divine Star, which you can also cast while you're moving. So the things that you can cast while moving, I put them in the very convenient places. 3 is harder for me to, like when I'm moving, it's harder for me to do 3. A lot of times I will mouse click on Shadow Word Pain. These I can cast while moving fairly regularly. Oh, I didn't see him. I need some time. And we'll let the minion take this guy out. Dot. Schism. Steal whatever he's got there. Power of Solstice. He's got to be dead by now. Survivability, a lot of it depends on having that shield up. Just tag some things while I'm running out. And see a Demon Hunter. I just picked up whatever I just got. Some mementos or whatever it was. hey, that's going to be it for this episode of Disc Priest out questing the world basics. I'm not trying to say this is how you should heal as a Disc Priest. I'm saying this is how you can quest as a Disc Priest. There is some healing that goes on while you're doing all this. You have to probably be on a fight where... So, you know, I did some healing on whatever fight that was that I just, you know, picked. The healing is just incidental to Divine Star, Atonement, which kicks in when you have the shield up. And then, you know, so that's it. I hope this was helpful, enjoyable, interesting, or something. If it was, or if it wasn't, you just feel nice, click the like button. Subscribe to the channel, sign up for notifications, leave me a comment, question, or suggestion. And that will be all in this episode. I'm gonna do another video. I ran into a student who was like, "Hey, I think I'm gonna start playing World of Warcraft." And I was like, "You've never played World of Warcraft before?" And, yeah, what's it like? So they have a friend who plays. So the point is that there is the very rare occurrence that some people will be new to the game. So I'm gonna talk about how to get started, and sort of some of the things that I learned along the way that made the game a lot more enjoyable for me. So you can watch for that in sometime the next week or two or something in the future. Otherwise, see you in the next episode.